Two, check 1 2.
Skidoo, badoo, bladidoo. Skabadoo, ba-boo-ba-ba. Skidoo, dee-doo, ba-da-doo-ba. My soul is strong. I hear a hand stroke on the drum. Shades of delight, cocoa, yeah. Reach as the night after elegant boy, beautiful girl, dancing for joy, elegant swirl. Shades of delight, cocoa, reaches the night after bloom. Two lovers face to face with undulating grace, they gently sway and slip away to some secluded space. Shades of delight, cocoa, reaches the night of blue.
Chuck.
Tomorrowland, my soul is from. I hear my hand stroke on the drum. Shades of delight, I'll call here. We chose the night of raw balloon. Elegant boy, beautiful girl. Dancing for joy, elegant thrill. Oh, shades of delight, cocoa. Reach as the night after blue. Beautiful dance your face with undulating rays. They gently sway and slip away to some secluded place. Shades of delight after blue. Reach as the night, cocoa hue.
Mic check. Thank you, thank you. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'd like to call the meeting to order. Thank you. Rabbi and the Gig Makers. Let's appreciate Rabbi and the Gig Makers band for keeping us entertained. So we want to start off the session. And as is customary with most of our events, we'll start off with a word of prayer. For this, I will call Steve Sisu of Britam Connect to come and commit this meeting and event to prayer. Steve.
Let's believe and pray. God the Father, God the Son, God the Holy Spirit, we are gathered here in your name, Lord. as we start this event, Lord, we pray, Lord, that we may start with us and end it with us. Even for the baby that we are launching today, for the new company that we are launching today, Lord, we want to lay everything in your hands. Steer us to the right direction, Lord. We ask for your guidance. We thank you so much, and we hope, God, that it will be a blessing to all of us. I pray that short prayer through Jesus Christ. I pray and believe. Amen.
Amen. Thank you very much, Steve. Great. So we want to kick off, and I would like to acknowledge the presence of our Britam Group Board Chair, Mr. Kuria Mushiru, the Britam Connect Board Chairperson, Barbara Chesire, the board members who are present, our Group Managing Director and CEO, Tom Gitogo, the Director for Partnerships and Digital, who is also our acting CEO and Principal Officer for Britam Connect. That must be the longest title in Britam right now. Eva Kimani. ExCom members who are present, that's the Britam Executive Council members. Our partners, both existing and potential. Majani team, I can see a number of you here. Britam staff members, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, members of the press, members of media. It's a great pleasure for me to invite you today to the Britam Connect launch. This is where we hear Shamra Shamra Kelele na Nderemo. Yes, a bit more like that. Great. So without further ado, we'll kick right into the program. I know that we will be joined later by a representative of the Regulator, IRA, and also a representative from the Ministry of ICT. So I will acknowledge them at the right time. But at this point, I'd like to invite Eva Kimani to come and make her opening remarks. Eva, karibu. Let's appreciate Eva as she comes on stage.
Good evening. The person with the longest job title is not that big, so I guess the title does it for me. Our board chair, Kuria Mushiru, the GI board chair, James Wambogo, BMI board chair, Barbara, and our board members, Peter, Jonjo, Sheila, my boss, Tom Gitogo, and my colleagues, distinguished guests, partners, customers, good evening. I want to take this opportunity to invite you to our launch. It's indeed a great honor this evening to reach this milestone when we are launching Britam Microinsurance. We are also rebranding and giving it a very interesting name, which is Britam Connect. If you've not taken a photo there, please kindly take a photo with our beautiful logo. Maybe this is the first time it's being unveiled, and as you can see, we stand for a better life. This evening, I'm extremely excited because what Britam Connect stands for Britam, much as we have been here since 2007, we have served our customers for over 17 years, we have covered over 4 million lives. Today, we take a step back and take a look at what much more can we do, what much more can we achieve. We do know that much as we have covered 4 million lives, there's still a lot of opportunities. Our customers every day, especially the underserved, the SMEs, and the youthful market that we like to call the Gen Zs. Most of them are exposed to very many risks, whether it's health, whether it's climate, whether it's accidents as they go on their lives, driving taxis every day, the retailers, all these customers, our youth with their gadgets, nobody is taking care of them. The traditional insurance is not working for them. The pricing is either annual or monthly. We know that these customers earn on a daily basis. And because of all those barriers, then we have taken a bold approach today to relaunch our Britam Microinsurance, to really focus on our customers, not to dictate to them the solutions that they want, to co-create with them, to make sure the solutions are affordable, and to make sure that they consume them or they experience them in the way that they do other things. We know that right now, most of us, if we're on our phones, we are either on WhatsApp, Instagram, and many other things. What better way to serve our customers but to be digital first, to make sure that at the point when they need to consume insurance, then they get it at that point. And therefore, this evening, as we launch Britam Connect, as we launch Britam Microinsurance, I want to invite you to join us, our partners, so that we can have collaborative solutions. Thank you. I can see some of our partners here. I can see Safaricom. Thank you, Brian, for being here with your teams. I can see our partners from Monvid. Thank you for being here. Our Majani partners, and many other partners that we have. Our financial advisors this evening, our insurtechs that we do not leave. Thank you for being with us. Thank you for walking the journey with us. And we want to invite you this evening as we unveil this brand to really walk the journey with us, because we know that if we are going to be covering 25 million customers in Africa in the next 5 years, we can't do it alone. We have to go together. And therefore, the power of partnership and collaboration is something we continue to treasure. So please enjoy yourselves. We have some food coming up. We have some good music, network and bond, and we look forward to taking this brand together with you. So welcome me as we launch Britam Connect for a better life. And now I have the pleasure of introducing my boss, Mr. Tom Gitogo, to make his remarks. Thank you.
Let me start off by acknowledging the presence of our group chairman, Mr. Kuria Mushiro. Yeah, therefore, let's go ahead. You know, this is bonus time, so yeah. And this, so well, spot on, Hilda. Let me also recognize the chair of our newest subsidiary, Britam Connect, Barbara Chesile, her board members, Peter Njojo, Sheila Kiarisma, and in absentia, Kip Koril, who is based in the UK, the chairman of General Insurance, who is an investor, not in his personal capacity, I know he would wish, but as Britam General, Mr. James Wambogo, who is a great friend, my EXCO members, my colleagues, but most of all, our dear customers and partners. We have walked this journey together, so it's only befitting that on this momentous occasion that you celebrate with us. It's good to follow instructions, so I have been told to make some specific remarks, so allow me to refer to those specific remarks. So welcome to our launch today. It's a landmark occasion. And what we are trying to do here is to have a sharper focus on those communities, those members of the society that are currently, for one reason or another, unreached by our our normal conventional insurance. We all know that Kenya's economy is built on the resilience of small businesses, informal workers, and underserved communities. These are the same groups that remain vulnerable to unexpected. So for years, they have faced a stark reality, one illness, one accident, as Eva was saying, one disaster, which has the possibility of wiping out their hard work. And this is in the context or in the backdrop of very low insurance penetration. So as Britam, we have come to the point where talking about low penetration is not going to do it for us. So we actually want to take action and do something about that positioning, or that position that we find ourselves in. One of the reasons that penetration remains low is that conventional insurance by its very nature, by its distribution, and by its offering, does not necessarily speak to the large populations in our community that are currently not reached, whether it is the youth. And as Britam, we have seen this same pattern in the other 6 countries in the region where we operate. We need to revisit the product relevance to our communities. There is a trust deficit because some of them, even though they have heard about insurance, have probably reasons why they hesitate to take insurance. And Britam Connect will work with the various communities to actually offer relevant solutions and address that trust deficit. There is an affordability paradox which we don't believe in. If we mirror the income patterns of these, the constituency of the population that we are talking about, they would take out insurance. The distribution network, the formal distribution network, do not necessarily speak to them. So we are about making insurance relevant and convenient and accessible all at the same time. And that is what we are looking to do. As Britam, we have been around for 60 years. So we have learned 1 or 2 things. And it is those 1 or 2 things that we want to apply a sharper focus on as we focus on Britam Connect. This is why we are here. You know, there are few moments in history when in future times and generations, you will recall and boast that you were there when this happened. This is one such moment. So I would see it, which is what I do, as a momentous occasion in the history, not just of Britam, but of insurance at large. And not just insurance in Kenya or in the region, insurance on the planet. That is what this is. So breathe in and take in every moment. We welcome you.
Thank you, Tom. Indeed, it is a momentous occasion. What a wonderful milestone. And thank you, Eva, for talking to us about that journey. I remember from the days of Rehani House, where Britam Micro Insurance was housed as a small sister of General Insurance. And now you've come full circle with your own balance sheet, soon to be making your own bonuses. Yeah. So what a wonderful journey it has been. Great. So we have a client here with us, a customer called Pauline from Majani. And I would like at this point to take the opportunity to request her to come here on stage and make a remark. Pauline? Let's appreciate Pauline as she comes on stage.
Gentlemen, all protocols observed, good evening. Yeah, as informed, my name is Pauline Mwangi. I work for a company called Majani Insurance Brokers. This is a wholly owned subsidiary of Kenya Tea Development Agency. We have had a long journey with Britam, and I stand in here today as a customer, maybe to tell a success story of something that started very small, that many people believed that is not practical, that it cannot work, but through the vision, through the dream, through the realization of whom we are serving, we still carried on. As you all know, Kenya Tea Development Agency is a managing agent and manages factories, tea factories that are owned by the farmers. and the farmer population total about 600,000. The beauty about that aggregation model is that it's well structured. Every farmer is registered. They are tied to a specific collection unit, and the agency gives a support system where they can collect and have their tea manufactured and taken to the markets. Because you all know the challenges about a small-scale farming is that market becomes a challenge. Unless you have an aggregation model, you have the bigger eye. Most of the farmers do what we call the hand-to-mouth. It's not a money economy because whatever they produce is for their own consumption. But thanks to God that we have this very good model, I must say, and is what Britam realized, that we can leverage on the infrastructure that we have and provide a risk transfer mechanism or an insurance solution for the uninsured. Because microinsurance is about serving the underserved. We started this journey a long time ago in 2007. And as I said, many insurance companies thought it's not practical, it can't work. How do you charge a premium of 150 shillings and be able to provide insurance? It hasn't been easy because at one time, the product was loss-making, but we carried on. We tried to still intensively create awareness, talk to the farmers, show them there's something for everybody. There's microinsurance for that market. So this far, we are talking of success, both in terms of the returns that we are making, but more so basically to the value proposition to the farmers. As I said, this is a product that is very discounted in terms of the charges. It's affordable. They can pay, but we know the perception about buying insurance is that whether expensive, whether cheap, as long as someone is not convinced that the product is not for them, they will not buy. So the process has not been without challenges, but more so what we have tried to do is work around the product, and I believe that is why we are here, because we can still do more. You're now connecting to the farmers. You are now connecting to that bottom of the pyramid. You are now providing solutions, and we believe we shall be part of this journey, and even us, jointly with Britam, I would think to go beyond the tea, because we've realized it's something that works. So it will make us actually open the markets and be able to reach out more. We haven't been as successful as probably we envisaged, because way back in 2007, we had a target of writing about 50% of the farmers, meaning that if we are 700, we thought we'd write about 350,000 farmers together with their families. If you look at an average of 4 persons per family, that would be a huge population. But thankfully, we are at 30% because we've been able to bring about 30% farmers on board. This is a journey. We are still working together. There is a lot of kind of looking at the product, involving the stakeholders, finding out whether it is a product for us or is a product for them. Because sometimes we sit in our offices and we think that the product we think are good enough for the customers. So we've been having continuous stakeholder engagement. We have been going to the field. We have been chased away because sometimes you talk about insurance, people don't believe in it, but it's about persisting because we think is a solution for them. So issues to do with the product, the structure, what does it provide? Recently, I think we had some diversification. on the offering, and it's really getting traction. It's changing the way, it's like when you have a product in the market, at the moment it stagnates, it's not growing, you have to turn that curve. I think it's what we call the sigmoid curve. If you don't turn that curve, you start now getting on the downward trend. So there's so much improvement that we are looking at, both in terms of the product offerings, both in terms of quality of services that we are providing, the outreach strategies that we are employing, the financial literacy, because awareness iko chini sana, it's really down. So it is continuous. We have to do it, because I always say, once you're in something, the best thing you can do is basically work it out for results. Otherwise, my issue has always been, if this program is not successful, and because of my close affiliation with the customer, is where do I take them? They tell me I was in a con game, isn't it? I collected premium, and the program did never go to maturity. So we are always careful, and that is not only for the program that we are doing, it's about what us as the insurers, as people who are providing our solutions, should actually be able to do. Because issues to do with trust, I think they're at another level, especially for people at that level, what we're chini, and there's what we have to continually do. Make sure that we are connecting to our prospective farmers. Make sure that we are reaching out, giving information, so that they can make informed choices. It hasn't been a walk in the park, because, when we buy insurance, we expect everything. When you talk about exclusions, they tell you I bought insurance. So it hasn't been without challenges, but whenever challenges come, we must, as an industry, have solutions. Because this is a business that we are in, we must own it. We must be able to provide that which makes sense, that which gives value to our customers. So we are committed for for expansions. I know you are rolling out other microinsurance products, because the product in question is Kinga ya Mkulima, is a health microinsurance product. But remember, if, for instance, we do not expand cover beyond health, where will these people get money to pay insurance? What if crop fails? Yeah? What if there are other disasters? Where are they going to get the premium even to cover for their health insurance? So it's about really looking beyond the successful model and seeing what else that we can be able to work out together so that they can have a comprehensive and one solution. So my encouragement to the industry, because I know we are here, is let's take risks. We have been told where you have the higher the risk, the more the returns. So I think the challenge is, let's think outside the box. Let's think on solutions. They may not make sense now, but they could make sense in future. And I think this is where we attempted. Today we see value. I hear testimonials of people who have benefited from this microinsurance program, and I'm very proud. There's one lady who lost a husband, a lady, and because our product has a last expense benefit. And she didn't know where to start. The breadwinner is gone, she doesn't know where to start. And I think that time we were paying about 100,000 or 200,000 for last expense. That lady is a living testimony, because life started all again. It was darkness for her, but with the 200,000 that she got following the loss of a breadwinner, made a life transition, because she was able to pay school fees for the children. She was able to stand in that gap and make sure that the family is ongoing. So there are many, many, many testimonials we can give about the solution that Britam is coming to give to the people on the bottom of pyramid. Because essentially, beyond the conventional insurance, is that transformation agenda. How are we touching the life of the other people? So this far, we must say, is a success. And we still continue to basically work hard, make sure that there's continuous improvement. Because without value, I said, nobody will take anything even if it's for free. So thank you very much. I think basically my cross-ring remark is it is possible. It can be done. Recently, I went to meet a group that is not as structured, and it was interesting on the feedback I got. And they told me that even the solutions you are providing are not touching the people on the pyramid. They are kind of looking for even a nano product. And someone is telling me that there are people who do not have a consistent income. The way I would say maybe our farmers has a consistent income they can do a check of. They are looking at even like an exchange where they say, give me a product equivalent to 4 chicken. So what does that mean? They have given you a premium to work with, isn't it? And they're telling you because these people are diversified, yeah, they can act, there's an off-taker for that, the off-taker would pay, very interesting. I think it's just about thinking outside, because I believe there are practical solutions. They can happen, it's just think outside the box in a bid to even reach out. So the microinsurance is a good solution to this industry, is a game changer, and I know many Adelators are already on it. It's about rethinking about our customer, is about relooking and avoiding preparing products from our desktops, from our chairs here, is going to the field, collecting feedback, knowing their needs, and trying to satisfy that need. So thank you so much. I appreciate for this time.
Thank you very much, Pauline. Let's give a better warm round of applause to Pauline Mwangi for sharing with us the insights of the tea sector and the challenges that the farmer is going through. I know when she was talking about the sigmoid curve, I had nightmares remembering the x-axis and y-axis and the sigmoid curve, and why I didn't do so well in maths. So that brought about some post-traumatic stress disorder, PTSD. But thank you very much, Pauline, for sharing that. I think it's many times we forget the challenges that are bedeviling the person at the bottom of the pyramid. I remember seeing a feature the other day about the coffee sector, which is sort of related, and seeing a farmer saying that, a coffee farmer saying that they had never tasted Nescafe coffee. So while they grow coffee, they have actually never been able to taste Nescafe coffee because we don't do the value addition here, and therefore they cannot afford it. So a serious challenge that you have thrown to us. And yes, the challenges will be there, but I think it's also for us to remember the good work that we have done so far. 210,000 farmers covered is not a small number. So as you have said, let's throw the box out of the window and start thinking of that farmer who wants premium equivalent of 4 chicken. I'm trying to think of the farmer who, from a community that takes tea and chicken, and not in that order, how that will be a quagmire. But all said and done, thank you very much, Pauline. At this point in time, we'll take a small break and see a video of some of the work that Britam Connect has done in Tana River. And again, great thanks to the media team for covering this. And I know there's a live stream that is going on, so we have also viewers who are watching remotely, so welcome. We can now play the Tana River clip.
Maji yalipokuja kila kitu kikaharibika. This is the aftermath of torrential rains that have hit northeastern Kenya.
Thousands of Kenyans have been displaced.
Nyumba yangu ilianguka.
Kenye vyombo imeenda.
Tens of thousands of residents in the country's north have lost livestock, farmland and homes.
Mambo za biashara zote zimeenda.
Torrential rains continue to pound various parts of the country.
Homes, roads, bridges have all been destroyed and the situation does not seem to be improving.
Hatuna lolote, hatuna chochote.
Since I was born in Tana River, the most severe floods is the one that happened in October, November 2023.
Sababu mbeleni ilikuwa ikitokea unangoja baada 10 years. So kidogo unajipanga. Lakini hii imekuwa inafuatana hapa kwa hapa. Ukianza kujaribu kujipanga, maji ingine imekuja.
Sasa alikuwa anakujanga kila mwaka kwa mwaka 5. Lakini hakukuwa too much kama hii sasa. Sema kweli haya mafuriko ya wakati yamekuja kutoka mwezi wa 11 yametuathiri pakubwa sana. Ndio, kabla ya mafuriko ilikuwa biashara ni mzuri. Kama ni shamba tunalima vizuri.
Mimi mfanya biashara sana nafanya kushona sharani. Mimi ni fundi ya sharani.
Nilikuwa nafanya biashara kuuza kashata, samsa ya nyama.
Lakini mafuriko walipoanza na ikaanza kufuatana unyo, maisha yalichange.
Watoto walikuwa wamepoteza kila kitu. Hawaendi shule. Si manyumba, si vyombo, si kila kitu. Tulikuwa tumetoka sisi kama sisi tu basi.
Tulikuwa tunaishi hiyo barabara, watu wanaweka batteries usiku wanalala kwa lami.
Mimi nilikuwa na mifugo kidogo. Imekufa yote.
You see, these people have been displaced from their homes. Their livelihood has been destroyed.
Nyumba ilienda imeanguka. Mambo za biashara zote zimeenda. Kila kitu kilikuwa kwa jumla kimeharibika. Tutafanya nini sasa? Msaada mkubwa ule tumepata kwa watu wa Britam.
Baadaye tukapata watu wa Britam walikuja wakajoin na Oxfam. Hawa watu wa Oxfam na Aldef. Wakakuja hata wakafanya sherehe huko Bula Baraka. Hawa watu wa Britam wakapeana hizi kadi.
So this program started in 2022 in support of FSD Africa, where we were able to do a feasibility study for flood specifically in Tana River County.
Watu walifurahi sana sababu walikuwa mambo utakuwa shilingi 50,000. Geji ya maji ikifika kiwango fulani.
Nilikuwa nimeishi vizuri sana kwa sababu nilikuwa mahali nimekaa, niko na shida kubwa sana.
Hatuna msaada tulipata hiyo ya Oxfam na hiyo ya Britam.
So far we've paid 15 million shillings towards this program to 300 households.
Nimefurahi wakati huo, watoto na ile kitu kidogo napatia na wengine wale vitabu, wengine pia watoto wanatakana.
Walikuja wakasema tutapatia 12,000 kwanza, then tuwapatia 12,000, then tuwapatie ile balance imebaki tuwapatia kwa awamu 3.
Kitu ya kwanza nilijaribu kufanya ni kununulia mtoto bagi na vitabu na uniform.
From the first payout that Britam made, they were able to rebuild their homes. They were able to now bring back their children to school. They were able to buy uniforms again. And so from us, from a sustainability point of view, we want to see how to better build resilience in the community.
Kwa watu wa Britam, mimi ni kutoa tu shukrani. Tosi lakini tumeshukuru.
Asanteni sana.
Asanteni Britam.
Asante kwa Britam.
This is just a testament from Britam that we are with you every step of the way.
Thank you for the warm round of applause. Indeed, stories of hope in the midst of despair. Such heartwarming video clip. At this point in time, I'd like to call Barbara Chesire, the Britam Connect board chairperson, to make her remarks. Barbara.
DJ knows my music. Thank you. So, distinguished guests, I was almost in tears when I was watching the video. I think it's really touching. And I know a lot of us may not have imagined that that is what insurance can truly do. And I think that just being able to touch somebody's life, I think that is enough to say you've lived a purposeful life. So that's very heartwarming. So distinguished guests, I've been given some remarks. I'll go off script a little bit because it's a bit difficult to read everything. But distinguished guests, our partners, colleagues, friends, our group chair, thank you for being here. Our investor, Britam General Insurance, we wanted you to see that it's real what we are doing. So thank you for coming. And my fellow board members, thank you for being here. And I think I'm really thankful also to our partners, especially Pauline. I think you said everything. I almost felt that we should end there and just launch Britam Connect, because I think you have the history, you have institutional memory, you have experiences, and you're very articulate. So thank you for being here as a major client. And you've worked with us from the beginning, before most of us were even at Britam. So thank you through many journeys, perhaps some of them not very nice. Maybe you're fighting with our team, but you're still here, and we're very grateful. Thank you to all our other partners and clients who have been here, because then we would not have anything to launch. And for me, I'm really proud to stand before you this evening, not just as the chair of Britam Connect, but as someone who has spent many, many, many years trying to make insurance more accessible to those who need it most. And for me, it has truly been a personal journey. I'm an actuary by training, but I've spent the last 15 years of my career trying to figure out, how do we make insurance more meaningful? How do we make it more useful, like what we can see, what we've just watched, the flood product. And just working across Africa, I've seen firsthand what financial security can mean to a farmer facing an unpredictable season, to a small business owner who is navigating the daily risks. And I think in Africa, our idea of risk is very different perhaps to the West. We are faced, our people are faced with risks almost daily. But the idea of insurance is we are waiting for 10 years, like what he said. And that's how insurance has been modeled. And I think this then calls for us to think about how do we do it differently. Even the pricing models, Norman, you have to we'll keep challenging you to think beyond perhaps even what you've learned in the classroom. And when people are protected, they don't just survive, but they thrive. And that's really what we are trying to do at Britam Connect. Microinsurance is a pathway to resilience and opportunity. For low-income households, it means an illness that is not a sentence to an abject poverty. And I think everybody here could be in a WhatsApp group where you're fundraising right now, either for somebody who is sick, and by that time maybe they have sold everything that they own, somebody who has died, and the cases are, they're just too many. It could be a farmer who has invested everything into their crops, waiting for the harvest. But life is unpredictable. And from my experience across Africa, I've really seen how microinsurance changes lives. And I want to point out there's someone in the room, Bert, who I didn't know he was going to be here today, but Bert, I worked with him, I think, more than 16 or 17 years ago when we were trying to figure out, is there really a business case? Is it how do you actually distribute insurance? And I think those are the same things Britam Microinsurance was contemplating those many years ago. So I really want to thank the shareholders of Britam, because they have put their bet behind Britam Connect. Please thank the group, because we need investors like that to really take that gamble and say, you know what, this is our big bet. And for everyone in the room, we are looking at Britam Connect being truly the future of Britam. And you know, we were discussing with Tom earlier some really exciting statistics around how big do we want to be. And it's, I hear stories, of course, and I've been in the insurance industry. It's not been overnight. It's not that Britam woke up and said, you know what, we're going to do this and we just do it. I think there's stories, for example, if you think about, there's a product that Britam launched many years ago called Linda Jamie. And it was, you know, the loss ratios, it was loss making, it was beyond anyone's imagination. And, you know, it's been a journey, and I think there are many colleagues who have been there through the whole journey, and I really want to thank you for that. At Britam Connect, what we want to do is actually to connect. We want, when you think of insurance, when you think of risk, you think, nataka ni connect. I want to connect with Britam. We want to move away from people not wanting to relate to insurance. I know sometimes when I'm talking to someone and they ask me, so what do you do? I try to think, how else can I say insurance that doesn't say insurance? But I think with Britam Connect, I think we're really trying to change that narrative that, you know, if somebody who says they work in insurance, you want to run the opposite direction. I believe Connect is the missing link. We want to meet people where they are, whether you're at your farm, in the market, at a border stage, and you're just taking a break through your phone. That's really, that's our ambition. We have a regional outlook, so we are not looking at Kenya as our boundaries, because we believe Britam Connect can serve the people of Africa. So hopefully very soon, Britam Connect will be painting the whole of Africa blue. And of course, we can't do that without leveraging technology, diversifying our product portfolio, focusing on financial literacy. So that's really our plan for the future. And Britam Microinsurance, Britam Connect is truly the future of Britam, the big Britam group that you think of. So my final and perhaps closing remarks is just to say that at a very personal level, I truly believe that every African, every Kenyan, every East African, every African has a right to access solutions that build their resilience so that you can actually become wealthy and thrive. You know, I don't think majority of Africans are meant to live in poverty, and I truly believe that introducing insurance at the right place, at the right time, actually gives that, what would I say, safety net that is really needed. So please join us on this journey. Please connect with Britam, and we look forward to engaging over the years. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Barbara, for those remarks. Very much appreciated. I think we're being called to live up to that higher purpose of safeguarding dreams and aspirations. So thank you very much. And Epic Events, DJ Klein, I hope you have noted her song for another day, another forum. Right, let me now recognize the presence of the Director of Supervision for IRA, that's the Insurance Regulatory Authority. That's Kalai Muse. Thank you for joining us, and I know we'll be calling you later to the podium. At this point in time, I will I have the pleasure of inviting the Britam Group chairperson for the board, Kuria Mushiru. Let's appreciate it.
Is on a roll. So let me tell you a secret. Huh? When you get to be chairman, no one gives you speaking notes. You say what you want to say. But I must say that for me, you know, being chairman of Britam is one of the most pleasurable things that I do, Bwana Kalai. And I want to thank you, first of all, for accepting our invitation. Please pass our regards to Commissioner. We know how IRA treats Britam. We have had sessions with you. We know you support us, and you have supported us on this journey. So first of all, thank you very much, Bwana Kalai, and please thank IRA. And we respect and we honor you for what you have done to the industry. So as I said, I have not been given any speaking notes, and I think by now Diane knows even if you give me speaking notes, they may not be used. So, but let me first of all start by thanking some people. And I want to first of all thank James. Because James came to our board. He was sweating. He came with Barbara to present a business case for us to incorporate this subsidiary. And because governance is governance, we have to ask the questions. And we said, yes, James, we will take the decision, but we made you responsible to make sure it performs. And that's why you are here. It's your subsidiary. And we know when you have a subsidiary, we don't want any red ink. And I can confirm to you there will not be any red ink, Eva. There will be no red ink. You know that. So really for our GI business, and we're not talking about a baby. This is an 18-year-old child who is now going to university, Barbara. 2007 to now, it's 18 years. And you have 46% of the market share. So you're not a startup. You're a really successful business. Let the public know that this is a successful business. It's not a startup. All we are doing is responding to industry trends and obviously Regulator to incorporate Britam Connect to take this business forward. And we are convinced at the group, as Barbara said, this is a big bet. It's a big bet for us because soon, I think, Barbara, you're targeting, first of all, you'll target your parent company's profits. That's what we want you to reach first. But soon we want you to reach life. And we think it is possible. We really do think it's possible. Because the microinsurance market, as you've said, is very underserved. So first of all, thank you to James, and also thank you to the directors. One of my roles as chairman is to really make sure we have the best directors. And we spend a lot of time on it. Tom and I spend a lot of time on it. And I can tell you that the directors we have chosen for Britam Connect really are unrivaled. Sheila, with her background in risk and alternative investments, Peter, with his serial investing, and Kip, with his background in microinsurance, and obviously with Barbara, whose passion for microinsurance, I think is unrivaled. So she had to be the chairperson. And thank you for accepting Barbara to be chairperson. And you know our asks are big. Our asks are big. We dream big, but we ask you to then perform. And I believe you will perform. And so for me, we have the right board. We have the right team. Because we have been doing this for 18 years. You've heard about our experience with Majani. And we have partners who are working with us. And so Britam Connect now has a chance to take off and really do the fantastic things that you can do. And I must tell you, when you think about the Tana River story, it's very touching and very moving. And you might think of that's more of CSR. But I think if we crack microinsurance, and with the team we have, the ExCo team and Tom's team, and with the board that we have who are really thinking big and really pushing us to do different things, we can crack microinsurance in a way that no one else can. And Bwana Kalai, I want to paint a picture for you, because I know you have these statistics. There are 2 million border riders in this country. Give or take. Some of them make 1,000 shillings, some make 5,000. And each of you here has a border guy. You ever do the guy you call to do deliveries here, take this home, do this. And actually in Kenya we have some of the best last mile deliveries. But we also have border wards in each county. Am I right? How many deaths, how many disabilities? The government now has a bill in the front of parliament to try and regulate the borders. What's they likely to do? They likely to go on strike, refuse to give service, do all sorts of things. But think about it. If we, as Britam, and in microinsurance, and whatever you do, I'm not telling you what to do, you are able to crack somehow embedded insurance with our partners. These guys are all on data. They are Safaricom clients. They are buying fuel. how do we get to them and make sure there's some sort of, we were told about the larger numbers and aggregation. Their circles are working. And we can actually give them benefits, which could be medical, could be, which border is insured? Who is even trained? How do we bring that element of insurance, personal accident, health, micro savings for asset management to invest? But we are talking about 2 million times 5, 10 million lives. Right now, which is completely ignored by the market. Am I right, Bwana Kalai? But it's there. We are 40%. Yes, Majani has pushed us and we have seen the benefit of aggregation, but I'm saying that in 4 or 5 years' time, as Tom said, you'll remember this date and say, wow, something different happened. Yes, the rest of the business will grow, but we expect Britam Connect to grow much, much faster because we think there's opportunity. And when Tom and I go around the 6 countries and we talk about microinsurance, the board stops talking and say, please, when can we have it here? Because the demographics are the same. We are all third world countries. We have got the same populations. We have still got the same border guys, same informal economy. So I really, really think this is not just that we are trying to do it because the regulator said we do it. We are doing it because we think we can make a difference, and we think we have assembled the right team, and we have full confidence that in a few years' time, we'll be sitting here and saying, how did that happen? And we'll have benefited so many people. Thank you for listening to me.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Korea Mushiru, our board chair. I didn't know you'd know the word Nduthi, so Boda, that one was expected. Nduthi, I'm pleasantly impressed. There are success stories, despite the awards. I'm a guy of features, so if you haven't figured it out yet. So there was a feature I saw for, I think, a circle of Nduthi guys, I think Kayole, and they have been saving 20 bob per day over a period of time. And they were able, over a period of time, to build housing units, and each one of them got their own unit. So there are success stories, even in a sector like this one, Mr. Kalai. So we are being challenged to just break the boundaries. So thank you very much, Chair, for that, for those remarks. We have a short video clip again to see. I know they're on the program, it's written Washigichu. Let's just ignore that. Chi, shi, sha, shi. Chida matamchi. But let's just see that before we then invite the next speaker.
Chacha katika kaunti ya Uasin Gishu wamekumbatia kuweka bima katika kilimo chao cha mahindi ili kupunguza hasara kutokana na mabadiliko ya hali ya anga sawia na hasara kutokana na magonjwa na wadudu. Pamela Oudo, Filaris Rotich pamoja na Barnaba Rotich ni baadhi ya wakulima kutoka kijiji cha Karuna Meibeki ambao walipoteza mahindi yao zaidi ya ekari 3 mwaka wa 2022 kutokana na kiangazi, swala ambalo walifikiria ni kuungana kuweka bima ya kilimo chao kila msimu. Kwa sasa wakulima hao wameongeza ekari ya kilimo wakipata msaada kutoka kwa mashirika ya kutoa bima, huku kampuni ya kutoa bima ya Britam, mwakilishi wao akiwa ni Churchill Akwir, akisema kuwa tayari wanafanya kazi na zaidi ya wakulima 2,000 katika kaunti hiyo.
Nakatoa insurance. Ninakaa tu vile niko hivi, lakini ile kazi nimefanya kwa kilimo ukitoka nje Eldoret. Niko tuna vitu zangu zenye nimeweka kwa kilimo, kwa ajili ya kilimo.
Mwaka jana sababu ile iliathirika, nilipata kunia 15 na saa ile ikinyesha mzuri napatanga mpaka 40. Sasa maana sio sasa kukawa na tumbo na watoto wenye wako shule. Sasa ikawa ni chache.
Mwaka huu hata tulichukua tena mbolea na mbegu kutoka Apex. Hata saa hii tuta insure life insurance. Tunaona ni kitu mzuri sababu kumbe tunafitiwa. tunachukua animal insurance. Wakati huo tulifitiwa, wakaona umuhimu wa insurance. Waliona kabisa mpaka wengi walikuja kutuuliza, na nyinyi mliambia wa nini na walifanyia nyinyi nini?
So we were able to compensate these farmers in a very short span of time. Once we confirmed that, for index-based, it's quite simple. So once the trigger is met and it's confirmed, we just make the payout. So we're able to make a payout of around 2.1 million to the affected farmers.
In our farmers workbench, we have like 1,500 farmers. And that 1,500 farmers, we didn't give all those farmers our farm inputs. Because maybe a farmer this year, he or she has enough capital to do farming. So for this year, he steps back on our loans inputs.
It's very pleasing to see the impact we are having on some of these economy builders, because that's what they are, where it matters. And the beauty of parametric insurance is that they don't need to fill any forms. We can tell remotely that the incidents we were insuring against, such as the flooding in Lower Tana, has happened. So we surprise them with money. And that's one of the regulatory requirements, that the payment of claims is not within the usual conventional insurance period. It is as fast as possible, and in fact, actually inside 10 days. It is now my pleasure to invite our regulator to make some comments, because as the chairman said, the journey we have walked has been strengthened, and we have been going together with the regulator, because just like us, the regulator is also quite keen that the penetration of insurance, because insurance is a economic resilience tool, that the level of penetration of insurance is achieved. So it is my pleasure, and join me in welcoming Bwana Kalai Mose to make his remarks.
Thank you. Thank you, Tom, for that introduction. Like the chairman and the two chairmen, I also have some talking notes prepared, but of course, I will not read that. I will just mention a few things. Let me start by giving the greetings of the Commission of Insurance, who was actually to come for this, but we met somewhere with Tom and him, and he agreed that because he will not be available, I can represent him in this function. So he has given his greetings and best wishes. Tom, I didn't know the company is called Britam Connect. I like that, and I'll be talking about that shortly. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I was surprised actually. Okay. So I also want to thank Britam, chairman, the two chairmen, for this step that you have taken to launch a micro insurer. As we are all aware, we actually enacted these regulations to enable micro insurers to be licensed in 2020. We are talking of almost 5 years down the line. At some point, we got very worried I was actually one of the biggest supporters of microinsurance because I have interests for financial inclusion. I know how important it is, so I supported that idea, enactment of those regulations, but I got worried when, after enacting, nothing was happening. There was some kind of ghost law. Nobody was coming to apply for a license and like this. So you're actually among the first that we've given a license for this. So I thank you for that. The other thing is we can't underestimate the importance of microinsurance. That we've seen all of it. I actually many times give example with myself before, because where I come from is like one of the areas shown here, and I know what people go through, and I keep on asking, hii insurance itafika huku kwetu lini? And I'm still asking, and Tom, I'm waiting. I'm waiting. But of course, we know we have so many people, millions of people, who are living with risks and who have no idea on how to mitigate those risks. And the consequence is what we have seen, like in Tana River. If Britam was in there, you can imagine what will happen to those people. And you can see their status of life. If the books are washed away, that parent may not be able to buy those books again. That child will not go to school. If they don't go to school, what happens? It becomes a cycle. It becomes a cycle. We need to break that vicious cycle and ensure that all our people are in a position to mitigate their risks and improve their status of life. And you are the guys who can help us do that. So, let's all work together to ensure that we get these people covered. Thank you, Pauline. Don't know where she has gone. Pauline, thank you for that testimony that you have given on what you are doing. Let us so emulate that kind of situation so that we improve the lives of our people. One of the issues I get many people talking about when it comes to insurance is that it is not affordable. Even when we go talking about microinsurance, people will tell us, no, those people cannot afford insurance. That is where you come in. I'm convinced that anybody who wakes up and they have any activity they do, whatever it is, I'm convinced we can get a product which suits their status at that point. I'm convinced about that. So affordability to me is not an issue. Of course, there are things we need to be careful about. And as a regulator, we have made this clear. We need products which are simple and accessible. And for us to achieve this, and that's why I was talking about Connect, I think we can't ignore technology. We can't ignore technology. It is what will enable us achieve that. So it's good to hear that you've actually gone that side, and that will help a As a regulator, you know, my job is the customer, your customers, the policyholders. Those are the ones I protect. And for microinsurance, I think customer is key, even more than conventional insurance. Why? This is a customer who is at the lowest level. At the lowest, they can't defend themselves at all. And that's why if you look at those regulations, the way they have been done, they are targeting protection, serious protection of that vulnerable customer. I know as we talk, we've been receiving a lot of requests. Some of them saying that we need to amend the regulations. And I keep on asking, how are you going to amend regulations you have not even implemented? And one of the areas is those areas, when you look at the proposals we are getting, the areas touching on the customers are the ones being targeted. In the function we were with Tom yesterday, I had some terminology or statement called relearn. We need to relearn. The way we know insurance is done, we want to move totally from that kind of thinking. And I know when we were giving you the license, we had a lot of discussions in that respect. I can tell you, he brought people, names for people to approve, and we rejected. We said, no way. We want people who can shift totally about turn from the conventional insurance we know and do things differently. That's what we did. And it's one of the reasons why the licensing delayed the way it is delayed, because we stood our ground. We said, people in conventional insurance, no, we are not. Yeah, so we need to, if we are going to succeed, we need to relearn the way insurance is done. I get many people asking, how can you pay a claim in 10 days? Britam Connect. It's Britam Connect. So, as an authority, we are ready. We want to support you. We want to create an environment where you can thrive and get all those people covered. We are doing a lot of programs, awareness campaigns, targeting what we call the MSMEs. The reason we are doing that is to prepare the ground for you, so that as you come, you find people who are aware of their needs, so that you can give them appropriate products. And I want to emphasize on that. Appropriate products. And I'm sure we can do that. Give us products which can serve those people from where they are, from their environments. That's the only way we will ensure that their issues or their risks are properly taken care of. I will confess that one of my KPIs at IRA, it is something called insurance coverage. That's one of my KPIs. In 2023, it was around 42.7%. Supposed to push that to 100. And you are the guys who are going to help me do that. Yeah, you are the ones who are going to help me achieve that target. So, thank you very much for what you are doing, and I wish the Britam Connect all the best. As you now go full blast in the market, you have all the blessings of the commissioner to achieve your objectives. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Muse, for those remarks. And actually, for saying it as it is, the number of microinsurance products that were there in 2015 were 32. The number has grown to 55, but yet the penetration remains more or less the same as back then. So indeed, technology could be the missing link. So thank you very much for that challenge. The Britam Connect was a well-kept secret. Even I did not know what it was until a few hours ago. I thought we were coming to launch our platform, a technology platform for micro. So it was a well-kept secret. So thank you very much for that. And thank you, GMD, once again for the comments. I've learned something, I've learned a new term, parametric insurance. I normally use parametric when talking about the equalizer on my sound system in the car. So now I have a new term for parametric. Great. So it's now time for the unveil. And for this one, I want to call Paris to come on stage and to help us conduct the actual launch of Britam Connect. So Paris. We need to remove the problem.
So for the moment we've all been waiting for, it's time for the unveil. And allow me to invite Mr. Kalai back on stage. Thank you. Our group board chair, kindly. Our micro, or now the new baby, Britam Connect chair, Karibu on stage. Our group managing director, Karibu on stage. Our acting CEO, Eva, Karibu. And representing the customer, Pauline, Naomba, Tafadhali, Karibu on stage. We'll also invite our James Ombogo. He had stepped out? He had stepped out. All right. So I'm going to do a countdown. Yes, we'll have. Good. The only request I'll say, make sure you're not washed by. Yes, kindly. Yes, you can stand there. James, I had invited you on stage. Karibu. All right. So we're going to do a countdown on the screen, and then we'll have the convertees coming up. Yes? Oh, gender balance. Tom, Tafadhali, come on this side. Yes, Pauline, we can go on that side. We're good? Yes, I think we're better. So just move on this side a bit, because we'll do the countdown on the screen. Yes. No, still not think. Yes. Pauline, I don't want you to be washed by this, so you can probably stand here. James, probably you can stand here so you don't get washed by.
I don't mind.
Oh, okay. It's a celebration. He doesn't mind. All right. I'm going to do a countdown. We are ready, guys? At the back? Awesome. So in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We get on the. So we'll have some photo ops. You just stand at the front so that you can take some nice photos. Yes. And then this calls for a celebration, so we'll have some champagne popping. Okay. Yes, balance, gender balance. Sorry? Okay. You just
Great. So thank you very much. Thank you, Paris, for leading that session. I know there was supposed to be gender balance on the photo, but there was no gender balance. There was no balance on the confetti. So only guys for that side were washed by the confetti. But great. The gadget that removes things like that, the sparks that look like for welding machine. Better late than never. I think that's what we can say. Great. So at this point, my work is done, and I want to invite Liza Maru to come and give the vote of thanks. Liza, you saw her earlier on the clip for Tana River. Let's appreciate her as she comes.
Hi.
I'm so grateful for this moment. I think 18 years has been a journey for Micro, for all those who were here 18 years ago. I was like 5. But thinking about the last 18 years, I think this business would not be here without each and every person in this room. Everyone has contributed to what microinsurance Britam Connect is now. And even as we look into the future, I only see how collaboration and partnership among everyone here would what will make us get to the 25 million lives in Africa. So I'd like to give a special thanks to the regulator for creating a marketplace for microinsurance, protecting the customer, because I think it's very easy for insurance to try and get away. And I'd like to give a thanks to the board of Britam for taking a chance on Britam Micro even 18 years ago, 15 years ago, when we had the highs and the lows, and still taking a big bet on Micro. A special thanks to the senior management and the EXCO team for the leadership and the direction, and being ambitious enough to even go to the board and say that you'd want to open a microinsurance subsidiary and supporting us through it. Our partners, Majani, Monvid, Safaricom, MTech, and ECAFrica for being here today and collaborating on the way forward for Britam Connect. Our development partners, FSDA, FSD Kenya, Habitat, and Vision Fund and World Vision, who are here tonight as well, for taking a chance with Britam and helping us to impact all the communities that we are currently working with. And finally, the Britam staff. Let's give a round of applause for them. Growing from 2 people to 34 people now, I think we are seeing that microinsurance is truly going to be the future of Britam, and we put all our hopes on the staff members. Finally, the hotel and all the service providers for having such a wonderful night and creating this special ambience. It's not how it is outside on the micro side, but we know for allowing us to experience this. Thank you, and enjoy your evening, and have a lovely dinner.
Great, thank you very much, Liza. There was a clip that we were going to play as just a short documentary, but we will do that immediately after just a few photo ops. We wanted to give tokens of appreciation to our guests today who came. That is Mr. Kalai and also Pauline. So I'll ask the coordinator, Yvonne, for just to direct us on how the photos will be taken. And for this, we'll request our board chair, Mr. Kuria, to come and hand over the gifts. Let's appreciate Pauline once again. Thank you. Mr. Kalai. Let's appreciate Mr. Kalai once again. Thank you.